You know, there's nothing like laughing before you go on set in front of the camera because it sure makes you look good. And of course, but there you can see Tamia Dow, she's always happy, she's always up, except when a moment comes and you see somebody rushing around really, really serious. But we're down here at the Peppermill Lounge, absolutely amazing, in Las Vegas, and of course the red sofa and Tamia. What more could I ask for on a Tuesday afternoon?
It is my pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Again, she keeps coming back. You know why she keeps coming back to the show? She says, Ninon, I've got something else to show. I've got something else I'm doing. I've never seen anybody do so much as you do.
Thank you so much.
So when you talk about faith and you talk about being blessed, but you walk the talk.
Most definitely.
If you don't walk the talk, you don't get the talk. You don't get the talk on Vegas Live with Ninon. Ha ha.
This is true.
You got to do something to get there.
Yes, indeed. That is such a true fact, and I see her everywhere. So that's how she knows I'm doing stuff.
Oh, look, there she is again doing something. Because we just did the 48-hour film project.
Yes.
And the 48-hour film project, my producer did it with Tamia, and you have to do a complete film, which is writing it, producing it, acting it, finishing, editing it, and it has to be in the studio by exactly the 48 hours.
Correct.
Because the girl was telling me one came in a minute afterwards and they were dismissed.
They were disqualified.
Disqualified.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you have to be either early or right on time, but you can't be late.
And it's a great experience, and it's kind of a reference to life, right? You get a certain number of elements at the beginning of the 48, and you have to do something with those elements and produce a project by the end of the 48, or you're disqualified.
I think we ought to make this a total worldwide 48 project.
Right.
48-hour project you've all got, and everybody in the entire world has to do something in 48 hours.
In 48 hours.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be amazing, actually.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? It would get everybody going, that's for sure.
Yes, it would, yes.
They all got, you know, it's like your baby, and if you have a child, you have to do something with it for 48 hours. You've got to, whatever you've got to do.
Right.
But you could make something up, but you have to put the whole thing. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It really is.
But that's not the only thing she does. She doesn't only do 48 hours. You also just did you did the 48-hour film, but you did one before that too.
Yes.
And is that this one?
Why should I care?
Why should I care? And everybody, this is a good saying actually, all over the world. People say, "Oh, why should I care?"
Why should I care? Exactly.
And they say it as a dismissal of
yes.
a dismissal of I don't care.
Exactly. Yes.
So they don't. So the 48 hour comes even more potent.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Absolutely. So why should I care? A film by Tamia Dow. This is actually your film. But my producer filmed it, right?
Yes, he did. Yes.
So we got to give Steve Sieber,
Yes, we do.
So
Steven and I work together on a lot of projects, and we have a lot of upcoming projects.
Are you trying to steal him away from me?
Oh no! Steven loves. Yeah. We make sure we have nothing on Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays. And also because you have to get. Steve actually, he films it.
Yes.
He produces it.
Yes.
He puts a lot of elements together. Then he edits it, and he gets everybody's little. And I watch him. He gets everybody's little bits and pieces, and he puts those into the editing. I tell you that he's a good guy.
Yes, yes, he's
very
wonderful.
He's a wonderful guy.
So what do you say? Writers and directors would get nowhere without their cinematographers and their films.
No, absolutely. Without Steve's.
Right, without our Steves.
No, I've got a whole bunch of these things. These are awards.
Awards, yes.
And you've got one for.
This is literary.
That's for the literary.
When she talks about me doing a lot of things, what I was told and really blessed, so I have the word blessed up here, was told that I am a finisher. And what that means is if I'm giving a project, I finish it in the time that's allotted and I do an excellent
Or even
project.
the time you allot yourself to do it.
Exactly. Oh,
yes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because, for example, this film, we didn't have a time frame.
No.
Although we kind of did. Because
Well, you made it yourself.
Yes, exactly.
You made your own time frame.
Right.
I want it done in this amount of time because I want to put it in this festival,
Film
that festival.
festivals,
So you want to
exactly.
put it on the film festival. But this is not for the film festival.
This is for books. So let's talk about the films, and then I'll put that there for books.
Okay, so this is the official selection, Las Vegas International Film of Screenwriting and Competition.
Yes.
So that's one of them.
So this is one of the film festivals where we're selected to. And what you have to understand is not everybody is selected. Many people submit their films to be part of film festivals, but not everyone is selected. You have to have the elements and the criteria that are necessary.
Well, you have to be accepted. And the reason I know that, because I did that, I have 100, I'm not bragging, I have 125 or 30 awards.
Right.
And the reason I got those because I was there.
Exactly.
Because I did it, and I was there, and I entered them, and I did all the things. As it's protocol. It's, and it's very difficult in the entertainment business to try to stay online. When you have a 9-to-5 job, it's easy.
Correct.
9 to 5, you feel what you do what you do, and that's
and
the
that's
end
what
of
you're
that.
getting paid to do, right?
Yeah, and that's the end of that. Goodbye. Anyway, enough of all that. So then we got the Silver State Film Festival.
And we won an award here, yes.
Then you have the official Las Vegas Premiere Film Festival.
And we won an award there.
You got the Hollywood Dreams. I'm doing all this because third annual internet, another one.
And we won an award there.
And then you got the official selection Action on Film Megafest.
And we won 3 awards there.
I know the guy that does that.
He was
Dale.
here, Dale. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And that's literary too, so we'll put that over for
and
literary.
that's okay. So these are all the films. So that's all the film festivals, which are absolutely amazing.
And we are currently in the Indie Wise Film Festival, and we will be screening on Thursday here at the Palms.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. We've got all these awards, that's for writing, but we've got all these awards for what you're doing. Why are you going into this field? What, you're going into the film of writing and producing short films, blessed films, religious films?
Faith-based films.
Faith-based films. I figured that.
Faith-based, socially conscious films.
Yes.
So every film that I do is going to have a socially, a current social message with a faith-based.
With a faith-based attached to it.
Right.
We probably need that more than ever. No, though you do limit yourself to who's going to see it.
Right.
Of course, not all of us are in faith, but I think I would advise everybody should be in faith.
Everybody should be in faith.
Even if you don't tell anybody, you don't want people to know your secret, because you could have that as a secret.
It shouldn't be a secret.
Well, I know it shouldn't be, because a lot of, I don't let anybody know that I'm faithful, I'm in religion, I'm all that.
Yeah.
But still keep it to yourself, you still have that faith.
Right.
Even if it's just a personal thing, but you can still have it without sharing it, because, kids are funny. They don't, if you're religious, I don't want to know you, or I do want to know you, or you know the game.
I can tell you what's unique is
what's
that
unique?
My handle on Facebook is Chaplain Dow, and chaplain is a ministerial title, and that is my title.
Okay.
And I'm very entrenched in the Las Vegas film industry, and everybody knows that I'm a chaplain. Yet I've had no issues with anybody in the community that said, "Oh, she's a religious person. We're going to stay away from her." I've been invited to all the parties and gone to all the places, and no one has segregated me because I'm a woman of faith.
Well, I think the reason being because she's a woman, you carry it, number one, very well. You're very friendly with everybody. When you walk into a room, you're hello, how are you? Mm-hmm. You're very friendly with them. People know you've walked into the room. And I don't think you do that purposely. I think that's just how...
It's just me.
Just how Tamia is, isn't it? So now let's do these things. This is for...
So this is for literary. So basically, I am an international best-selling author, and I'm a member of the International Best-Selling Author Guild. Some people will say they are a best-selling author, and nobody can prove that. Well, I'm official stamped.
Officially bestseller.
I'm for real bestseller. And I have. This is just one of the 2 literary awards that I have won for various books that I have written. Now, I do my best to help people tell their stories. This is why I enjoy being a filmmaker, and I also enjoy doing books. So in these 3 different books that I've done, now since you and I have seen each other, this is the new one.
This is a new one. This is called Love Is.
And this is the other new one, which is called In Celebration of You.
I love that. I love that title, In Celebration of You. We're celebrating you, whoever you may be. As I always say out there, nothing happens without you.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Nothing in your life will happen without you.
Nothing happens, period, without you.
Correct. We have to choose to do.
I mean, I can't do this filming unless I have Steve, and I can't interview a guest unless I have you. So I'm stuck if I don't have anybody. So nothing really happens without anybody around. So we're all included, books as well.
What I'd like to jump on that you had mentioned was the doing fact.
Yes.
The doing fact.
Yes, the doing fact.
In this industry and in many industries, people will always say they're going to do.
Yes.
They'll talk.
Tomorrow never comes.
Right?
It never comes.
What I pride myself in, and what I was really blessed to have one of my friends say to me the other day was, she said, "Tamia, what you are is a finisher." Somebody knows that if you say that you're going to do something, you finish it. And we are surrounded by finished products here.
Yeah, these finished products. We've got these books, we've got the film, but we also have a clothing line. With swag. Okay, so this is swag. It's completely covered me. I presume this is extra large.
Yes. Well, it's best to display when you have it on a big.
Get rid of me. Hello. So you're going into that as well. So that is
that's Stephen's brainchild.
This is bringing in extra revenue. Okay.
Yes.
We're actually getting some for Vegas Live with Ninon as well, coming along as well. So
that's good.
I've got some hats, but I forgot to bring them today.
I was trying to talk him into hats, but he's not real open to that now.
No, not everybody wears hats.
No, they don't.
But they're always good. He wears a hat all the time.
He does. That's why I understand why he doesn't want to do the hat thing.
Well, I don't know. Well, because it is a tricky thing.
Yes.
These they wear, everything's fine. So now we've got all this done.
Yes.
What is your next project?
Of course, you have to ask that question.
Yes, of course. I know there is one.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And this particular film talks about domestic violence and also talks about human trafficking. So this month we are looking forward to actually showing this film in various different venues and talking more about domestic violence and increasing the awareness on it. I also have a book coming out in October that is called Love is Not Abuse. And if you see the movie, there's a line that I say in the movie, because I also act in the movie. Yes. And I say to my victim, I say, love is not abuse. And when I say that, it's very, because she's telling me,
demanding.
Yeah, she's telling me how much her boyfriend loves her, the one that beats her, and I tell her just out of frustration, out of listening to her trying to tell me how it's okay to get beaten, and I told her love is not abuse, so it was just such a powerful line, and in fact they got nominated as Best Actress, and we're one of the film festivals. Action on Films.
That's funny. That is funny. Well, that's good. I mean, I haven't seen the film, but I'd love to see it.
You haven't shown her the film yet?
No, we have
trailers.
We have trailers. So, I say it in the trailer too.
So and it's going to be at the end of.
So when you listen,
Thursday,
we got interference coming in. The producer's getting his little.
He's so excited,
and he's so excited, and I'm so thrilled for him because if ever I can help him at any time, because he originally met you on set.
Yes,
that's how he met you.
That is how we met.
They met on set, and then she said, well, she was doing a movie, and could he do it? And then he asked me, and I said, of course you can do it. He has.
She's been a great supporter of our film projects,
and I will always support. I will support you because I like how you do it, because I had a children's show, as you know, for 16 years, and I gave children a voice out there, abused children, and also, I mean, I could tell you stories unbelievable. This is not my show. This is your show. So you've got the film coming up. So you've got Awareness Month coming up.
Awareness Month is coming up. So on the 2nd of this month, we are shooting an awareness film about children and the internet.
Okay.
So we're going to be shooting a short film on that on the 2nd.
Okay.
And then later this month, we are going to be, we are currently in pre-production and we'll be filming our next short film, which is called The Price You Pay. And that is a film that we're going to be shooting because we're looking for funding and investors for the full-length version of that film, which is called The Price You Pay. So that's what we're looking for as investors.
Can I just get a little bit of idea of the price you pay, because there's a big price you pay for a lot of stuff in this world, what you want.
Yes.
And there's a big price to pay. So what is your price to pay edge?
Meaning the money we want or what the story is? Okay, so the price you pay. So basically the price you pay is, for those of you who don't know, my background is that I'm a retired Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department domestic violence detective. And so I dealt with domestic violence pretty much for 8 years of my career, up until when I retired. And of course I continue with that because domestic violence doesn't stop just because I retire, right? So I have all these years of training and experience that I'm now using in the film industry and in books and speaking, right?
Yeah.
So the price you pay talks about the particular victim that I worked with that I only tended to end up working with once either somebody was dead or someone was severely injured, and that was the wealthy.
Wow.
So the price you pay is about a wealthy couple who is dealing with domestic violence within their home, and it talks about all the people that surround that and all the people that are affected by what's going on in that private home.
And which is obviously what she's saying is the money bank. This is the bank, and I know that. I lived in Bel Air, and I was with my husband, and noodles of doodles and everything else. And yes, It is the price you pay.
Yes.
And it's a funny price you pay because you turn around and say, well, do they like me or do they like my money or do they like we buy dinner? And then you've got all the hangers-on, and then you've got the people that say, I'm going to get them.
Right.
And then you have the violence.
Right.
Then you have the arguing between the husband and the wife.
Correct.
Fortunately, I did not get that.
Thank God. Thank God.
No, I didn't have violence. I had the best husband in the entire world.
But some people pay a fatal price, and they hold
don't
on too long.
forget, my husband and I, I had more money than he had, and I had no money when we met because he was going through a divorce.
Gotcha.
So we didn't have any money, so we made it together. So it was not a his/her thing at all, but it does create that sort of the price you pay.
Right.
I think it's a beautiful movie to come out because you're not dealing with the poor people.
No, and usually when you watch on TV, you see, and even when you see special
people.
victim and all, right, you see all the poor people, and people go, well, I don't understand why they don't leave, and I don't this. But then when you see a wealthy person, there's a whole lot of understanding.
It's a whole different story.
Oh yeah,
a whole different story of having it and not having it.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes
it's
better not to have it.
Right.
How can they reach hold of you tomorrow?
So please find me on Facebook at Chaplain Dow. That's CHAPLAIN Dow, DOW. And also on Instagram at Tamia, TAMIA _Dow, DOW on Instagram. You can also find me at www.tamiadow.com.
And you can also find her on Facebook, Vegas Live with Ninon.
Yes, you
She's
can.
always there.
3 times.
And don't forget to go into YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe. Vegas Live with Ninon. The more subscribers we have, the more we get out there, the more that happens, the more we can promote people and all the different people we've got coming on. As you can see, we've got a lot of very famous people coming out of Vegas, coming onto Vegas Live with Ninon. So it's really cool. It's very, very cool.
Yes.
It's doing absolutely great. And all because of people like you and the voices that we put out there. We'll be right back with our next guest.
You are not safe.
He'll kill me if I try to leave him.
This is about the 3rd time that you've come to work with bruises on you. It's not good.
Nina, I need to speak with you in my office.
Did you see her face?
Don't make excuses for her.
I'm not making excuses for her.
This is not a charity. If she needs help, she can go to a shelter.
911, what's your emergency?
What set him off this time? This is the time that Nina really needs our help.
He loves me.
Love is not abuse. That is not the way you show someone you love them. No one should put their hands on you. You're an adult.